Hello everyone, this is Anuprati Devnath, a trainee under Lexus and Company for the month of June. So as you have already watched the title below, what this video is all gonna be about, so let's get started. The Supreme Court on Thursday has finally decided to quash the sedition case against a journalist, Mr. Vinod Dua, where he was charged against an FIR filed by a BJP leader in the Shimla, Himachal Pradesh. Now, the charges were against him through an YouTube channel where actually the incident got occurred from an YouTube channel where Vinod Dua commented on or he was accused on terror attack against Mr. Narendra Modi. Now, on the last verdict or on the last hearing of the two bench of judges, UU Lalit and Vinit Sharan decided to preserve the verdict for the later occasion, that is on Thursday 2021. Now this Thursday today they decided that every journalist should have freedom of speech and freedom of expression, as Mr. Vinod Dua is also a journalist. Now the exact word quoted by the two bench of judges said, every journalist is entitled to protection under the Kedarnath Singh judgment. This is the famous verdict of 1962 on the scope and ambit of offence of sedition in the IPC. Now, the complaint has alleged that Dua had accused Mr. Prime Minister against those terror attacks and death attacks. Now, to get votes, and journalists were also charged under section 124A sedition, 268 public nuisance, 501 printing matter known to be defamatory, and 505 statements conducive to public mischief. Now the relief of Dua comes after 4 days of the Apex Court restraining the Andhra Pradesh police from taking coercive action against 2 TV channels charged with sedition, saying that it is of the view that sedition 124A of the IPC, which deals with the offence, will need interpretation, especially on its application with regard to freedom of the press. Now, actually, what were the facts in Kedarnath Singh versus State of Bihar 1962? In 1953, Kedarnath Singh, a member of the Forward Communist Party from Bihar, got into trouble after he took on the ruling Congress during rally in Begusarai, where he said, today the dogs of CBI are loitering around Baruni in Begusarai. Many official dogs are sitting even in this meeting. The people of India drove out the British from the country and elected these Congress gundas to the Gadi. As we drove out the British, we shall strike and drive out these Congress gundas as well. They have known today established a rule of lathis, bullets in the country. We believe in revolution which will come, and in the flame of which capitalists, zamindars and Congress leaders will be reduced to ashes, and on their ashes will be established a government of the poor and downtrodden people of India. Now, the fierce speech he just conveyed and the imprisonment by a first-class magistrate on sedition charges and an appeal to the Patna High Court was struck down. Then 1962 an appeal by Singh came before the Supreme Court, in which he also questioned the constitutional validity of section 124A contending it stifled his right to free speech under Article 19 of the Constitution. Now the top court, means the Supreme Court, had its task cut off, since it had to lay down the law in the face of two directly conflicting interpretations of Section 124A by British era courts. The two previous judgments, one from 1942 and the other from 1947, expressed contradictory views. Now these were on whether the incident or incitement to violence or tendency to disturb public order was a necessary ingredient of the offence under Section 124A. Now, and what did the Supreme Court rule? Now, in a landmark verdict, a constitution bench of the two court upheld the validity of Section 124, sedition of the IPC, but also attempted to restrict the colonial era. Law scope for misuse by trying to demarcate the difference between which acts amounted to sedition, which ones did not. Now the five judge bench comprised Chief Justice B.P. Sinha, Justice A.K. Sarkar, J.R. Mudholkar, N. Rajagopala Iyengar, and S.K. Das. It said that any act that had the effect of subverting the government by violent means of creating public disorder would come within the definition of sedition. It also upheld Section 505 statements conducive to public mischief as constitutionally valid. Now, acts within the meaning of Section 124A, which have the effect of subverting the government by bringing that government into contempt or hatred or creating disaffection against it, would be within the penal statute because the feeling of disloyalty to the government established by law or enmity to its imports, the idea of tendency to public disorder by the use of actual violence or incitement to violence, in other words, any written or spoken words, etc., which have implicit, in which the idea of subverting government by violent means, which are contemptuously included in the term revolution, have been made penal by the section in question, ruled the top court. Now, however, the court ruled the disapproval of the measures of the government with a view to their improvement or alteration by lawful means is not sedition. It held that comments, however strongly worded, expressly disappropriation of actions of the government without exciting those feelings which generate the inclination to the cause public disorder by acts of violence, would not affect the penal offence. The court added that commenting in the strong terms upon the measures or acts of government or its agencies so as to ameliorate the condition of the people or to secure the the cancellation or alteration of those acts or measures by lawful means, that is to say without exciting those feelings of enmity and disloyalty which imply excitement to public disorder or the use of the violence, is not a solution. Now, a citizen has a right to say or write whatever he likes about the government or its measures by way of criticism or comment, so long as he does not initiate people to violence against the government established by law or with the intention of creating public disorder, it further maintained. While the court did not read Section 124A, Kedarnath's appeal was rejected after the bench held that his words did not fall in the perspective or the purview of the definition of sedition as had been interpreted in the verdict. Thank you.